OK，来 radioactivity 啊。OK，怎样知道一个 atom stable 啊？你看它的electron arrangement 281 valence electron 是 E not stable meaning that 它会要 share 跟其他的 right so share with let's say chlorine 287 donate this one, then they share octet electron arrangement. This is what you learn in chemistry, right? So 如果 atom 不 stable，它会想要 share electrons to make it stable。那在 radioactivity 里面呢，this is your second last chapter。我们也是讲到 stability，只是不是 stability of atom，我们是讲 stability of nucleus。所以我们去 inside the atom, so this is the atom, so we go inside. Okay, we go inside now. This is your nucleus. Inside your nucleus got what? Inside your nucleus got proton, got neutron. Okay, let's say you got 2 proton and 2 neutron, electrons outside. 怎样知道你的 nucleus stable？ 我们看它的 number of proton compared 跟 number of neutron。如果你的 ratio 是在 1:1 的 ratio，then 你是 stable nucleus。OK， 所以如果你 extra neutron，let's say you compare if you got 2 proton and then maybe 3 neutron, you got 1 extra. This is not 1:1 ratio. This may be stable, may not be stable. OK， 在 nucleus 里面哦，你加一个 extra 是算很多的啊。如果你加一个 extra，可能它还可以算是 stable， 还是靠近意义。可是如果你加2个的话，它一定是 unstable 的。OK，so example of which one is stable, which one is unstable. So 如果我讲 sodium 23 ，sodium 23是有11个 proton， 还有12个 neutron 在它的 nucleus 里面。This is very close to 1:1. So this is considered stable. 如果拿它的 isotope， 什么是 isotope 啊？If you remember what is isotope? What's isotope? Action. Same number of element with the same number of proton. 可是不同 neutron 啊 element isotope 是 element with the same number of proton but different neutron. So let's say sodium 这个是我的 element 对吗 ？sodium 它的 isotope 是 sodium， 也有一个是 sodium 24， 它这个是11个 proton， 那 same number of proton，then 这个有13个 neutron， 这个是 sodium 的 isotope。Same number of proton but different number of neutron. Proton number 是 determine 那个 element 是什么。如果你 sodium 的话，全部 sodium 是一样的 proton number 的。如果我讲 proton number 是12，then 那个不可能是 sodium， 那个是另外一个 element。OK， 你的 proton number 是 determine 你的 element 的。carbon 啊，一定是另外一个 proton number。OK，so all with 11 is sodium， 然后就看他们的 neutron 是什么。OK，so 我们 compare 这个2个啊，那这个是 stable 啊，靠近 1:1， 可是这个是 extra 2个 neutron 哦，这个 must be not stable already。OK，not stable。那为什么会不 stable？ 因为 proton 是 positive charge 吗？它们 repel 吗？你需要 neutron 来 hold 它们一起。你太少 neutron， 它一定是 repel unstable。你太多 neutron， 它也是 unstable。你要刚刚好 balance。That's why 1:1 is the most stable. Make sense 啊 ？OK，so 这个2个 compare， 我们有 unstable 的。OK， 现在我们要知道发生什么事。如果它不 stable， 你的 atom 不 stable， 他们会donate electron 去 share electron。 你的 nucleus 不 stable 的话哦，它会 break down。Okay, so not stable，它会 break down。它的什么 break down？它的 nucleus 会 break down。我们叫这个 decay。This is the word that you always see. Decay into a new element. A new element. This is no longer sodium already. This is not sodium already. It will be an entirely new element. This one. Okay? So this is the, you can say the parent nuclide. Nuclide 意思说你的 specific nucleus， 这个是一个 nuclide， 这个也是一个 nuclide， 很 specific 的 number of proton 跟 neutron。这个是 nuclide。The terms are you to be familiar with. Okay, so this is a nuclide. This is another nuclide because we have specific proton and neutron numbers. 所以 parent nuclide 它 break down 它 decay 它会变成 daughter nuclide, and this daughter nuclide is entirely new element. It's no longer sodium. We turn it to a new element. This is the decay process. Okay, then 这个是 isotope 对吗？这个 sodium 24还有 sodium 23，它们都是 isotope 吗？这个是 stable， 这个不 stable 哦。不 stable 的 isotope 我们讲这个是 radioactive。radioactive means 不 stable， 所以这个我们叫它 radioactive isotope。这个不是 radioactive isotope。radioactive isotope 我们 short 它成 radio isotope。Okay, so next time you see radio isotope, you know it's unstable nuclide. Okay, so radioactivity is what again? Stability is the study of stability of nucleus. That is the first part. Okay, now you know what is the meaning of radioactivity. What does it mean when I say something is radioactive? This is radioactive. This is unstable. Okay, this one we continue now. So when an unstable nucleus decay into a stable one, they always decay into a stable one. In the end, they want to achieve stable. Say same here, man. You share electron, you also stable. Same here for the nucleus. Okay? Now, 当它 decay 哦，它会 emit 三个东西，这个三个要背起来 ，alpha、beta 还有 gamma。alpha 这个是一个 particle 来的，有重量的，这个也是一个 particle， 有重量，然后这个是 energy 来的。gamma 这个是你的 gamma ray， 你的那个 electromagnetic ray， 它不是 particle 来的，它是 energy， 意思说它没有 mass， 它也没有 charge。这个三个，当它 decay 的时候，它会发出这三个，有时候是同时这三个一起出来，有时候可能只是一个，你不知道是哪一个了，它是 random。Okay, so 你的 decay process 是一个 random process。什么意思是 random process？ 分为三个意思啊。第一个是 unpredictable， 你不知道它几时会 decay。那现在我拿这个东西是 sodium 24，放在这边，它可能是下一秒，它可能是明天、后天它 decay， 你不知道，你猜不到它是几时的。Random, okay? Unpredictable. The time you don't know. Number two means any nucleus can decay. 这个是你的 sample sodium 24，你有 billions and billions of atoms， 在这一秒，它可以是这一个 decay， 它也可以是这一个 decay， 它也可以是这一个 decay， 你也猜不到是哪一个。And number three is uncontrollable， 你控制不了的。 不像平时的 chemical reaction，你可以 increase temperature speed up 它，你可以加 catalyst speed up 它。radioactive nuclear reaction 你不可以控制的。You cannot speed up, you cannot slow down the process. This all is the meaning of random or spontaneous meaning. That's why you see sometimes the textbook says the spontaneous decay. All decay is spontaneous. Right? So at any one time, you can get this tree. 你听人家每次讲有辐射，电话有辐射，电脑有辐射 radiation. Radiation, you go under the sun, you feel the radiation. What are they really referring? Is this tree? These are the dangerous radiation. 你的 electromagnetic 就是你的 radiation，你的这个 electromagnetic spectrum starting from radio all the way to here is gamma. Now, then you have this, okay, with radio, micro, infrared, light, UV, 然后 X-ray， 这个整个是你的 radiation。OK， 电话，你跟电话睡觉一天，第二天早上你都，that is radio wave。Too many overdose, you feel headache. But when we say radiation, there are two types of radiation. They are non-ionizing, non-dangerous. Okay? And they are also the dangerous ones. Ionizing radiation. Who are the ionizing radiation? You draw a line from here. These are non-ionizing, non-dangerous, but of course, overdose can be dangerous also, like X-ray. Overdose can be dangerous. You go scan X-ray one time, all thousands of cells die. Okay? Starting from here, gamma, the next one is beta. The next one is alpha. These are the three ionizing radiation you get from the decay. You get it from an unstable nucleus. So these three, we will look into each one of them. You need to know the property of each one. You need to be able to describe the property of each one. Okay, 所以你这个三个是你的 ionizing radiation， 这个两个是有点不同，因为它们两个是 particle 吗？它们两个是有 mass 的，这个全部是 energy 来的，这个是 wave 来的。All these are waves, they do not have mass. Yeah, like then next part 我们看，那我放这个一下，我 record 这。Next part 我们看 starting from alpha particle. Alpha particle. 听了吗？alpha particle. Okay, alpha particles. It is the nucleus of He helium. Okay, 就是如果你拿 helium, this is helium, and then you have the electron. The nucleus of the helium, we call it as alpha particle. 它的 symbol 是 He 4，这个是 chemical symbol of helium。因为 helium 的 nucleus， 那这个是 helium 的 nucleus 啊，它是有2个 proton， 还有2个 neutron。记得这个怎样看吗？这个是你的 proton number， 对吗？2个 proton， 你的 proton number 是2个。上面这个是你的 nucleon number， 或者你的 mass number。这个也是有2个 proton number， 或者也可以叫你的 atomic number。什么是 nucleon number？nucleon number 是 proton 跟 neutron 加起来的。This is proton 加 neutron is your nucleon, right? So how many nucleon do I have? Two, four. Then the protons. This one minus this one is your neutron. Okay, so imagine 你有两个 proton，两个 neutron，这个四个 combine 一起，这个是 alpha particle。proton 几大 ？proton 很像一个 bowling ball 这样。neutron 我们讲它的 mass 它的 mass proton，let's say mass of proton，mass of proton 是 bowling ball，then mass of electron，你看一个乒乓 ball 这样子。它的相差 just to give you some perspective, okay? This is a ping pong ball, this is the bowling. Mass of proton 跟 neutron 是差不多一样重量的，是差不多一样重量，只是 electron 是 much lighter. Okay, so nucleus 很小了 nucleus compared 跟那个 atom 的 size 的，这个是你的 atom， 这个是那个 nucleus。atom 如果是 KLCC tower。你这个是像一个 tennis ball， yes， that is how small is the nucleus。所以你可以讲，在 atom 里面通常90% 都是 empty space 的 ，all the mass is concentrated， very small。Okay, so that is the alpha particle. So 我们刚才讲的 alpha particle 有 mass 对吗 ？has mass and charge also， 它的 charge 是什么 ？neutron 是0 charge，proton 是2 plus， 所以它的 charge 是 positive 2， 算是很大的 charge for nucleus 来讲。Okay, what else? Alpha particle has a range of few cm in air。意思说，这个是那个 sodium 24 radioactive。Let's say 它 decay， 它 send alpha particle 出来，这个 alpha particle 它的 range 在 air 里面只有 few cm， 那就不见了，它就死了。That is the lifespan. That is the range of alpha. So alpha 它 travel 不远 ，only a few cm. And also it can be easily blocked by thick sheet of paper. Thick sheet of paper. You take a few pieces of paper, A4 paper, put together. The alpha cannot penetrate, cannot go through it. Very easily blocked. The human skin, can the alpha go inside? Cannot. The skin can also block alpha. So, are you afraid of alpha particle? Are you easily get poisoned by alpha particle? No, you cannot go in. The only way you can get poisoned by alpha particle is 如果你不小心吃掉它 ingested, right? If you accidentally ingested any radioactive material, then it can be very dangerous. Okay, now what else do we need to know? One more is this probably is the like very often they ask one. Alpha is the most ionizing. 如果它是 most ionizing， 它一定是 least penetrating 的吧？什么意思是 ionizing most ionizing？ 这个是你的 alpha particle， 它飞这个方向，它有 2 plus 对吗？这个也是它的 symbol He He42 或者 alpha is my alpha particle. So let's say the alpha particle travel in this direction, and then you have the A particle， 你周围的 A particle， 因为它的 2 plus， 它可以拉里面的 electron 出来 ，positive attract negative 吗？当它经过这个 A particle， nearby 的，它可以拉 electron 出来。当它拉 electron 出来，像这个 atom 少了 electron 对吗？它就变 positive 咯，它这个就变 positive 咯，它这个变 positive 就变 positive。这个过程叫做 ionization 啊，你用它从 neutral 去到 positive。OK，so alpha 它是 most ionizing，它是最 strong ionizing 的。为什么？原因就是它的 charge 是最高的。compare 跟其他的，OK，它是最高的 charge，所以它很容易拉其他的，拉那种 electron 出来，它很容易 cause ionization。which is also 它的原因，为什么它这样短的 range 的原因，就是因为它的 charge 很高，它很快拉，它用它的 energy 拉过，它就没有 energy 了，那它就没有 die 的那个 alpha。So most ionizing is always comes with least penetrating. It doesn't penetrate much. 它不可以这样容易过，它可以很容易 block 掉。这个也是。Okay, so that's all for alpha particle. Okay, this is all you need to know. Properties of alpha particle. Then we will go to beta particles. Okay, after we do gamma, then you can take down this one. Yeah, now beta particle. Beta 也是 particle，所以它也是有 mass，has mass and charge。那 beta particle 它是 fast，它其实是 fast moving electron。OK，它其实是 electron 来的。有一个 electron fast moving electron，我们叫它 beta particle。So basically, it is electron. So if it is electron, then the symbol is the same as electron symbol, which is you either do beta or E. Electron 的 mass number 是零啊，它的 neutron number 是零，然后它的 proton number 是减一，是 electron symbol。OK，所以它的 charge 是减一。Compare alpha，它的 charge 是比较少的，是减一罢了。它也可以 ionize air，可是它是比较 less ionizing，因为它比较少 charge，所以它 less ionizing than alpha，同时它是 more penetrating，这个有点是相反的。OK，又讲到它的 range in air，这个是怎么讲 can be stopped by few millimeters of aluminium or per second，只需要 few millimeter of aluminium，或者 perspect 是你像那个车的 plate number 的 material，跟 plastic 有点 reflective 这样的，那个车的 plate number 的 material 是 perspect。Okay, you can sort beta by using aluminum and perspect。然后它的 range 是 more than alpha 啦 a few meters。 Okay, the last one is gamma radiation. Has no mass, has no charge. Then what does it have? This is electromagnetic EM waves. This is most penetrating. Least 还有另外一个。所以从 alpha 去到 beta 去到 gamma，你的 penetrating 增加。gamma 是最难 block 的，最难 block 的。你要讲 block 它，you can be reduced greatly by few cm of lead。OK， lead 是一个很 dense 的 material， 很重的 material， 很 dense 代表它很多 particle pack 在里面，所以它可以比较容易 block 到 gamma radiation。因为 gamma ray 啊，gamma ray 它是 electromagnetic 嘛，它的 wavelength 是很小的 ，wavelength very small，wavelength 很小，意思说，如果你给它一个 metal plate，here is a full metal plate，然后 gamma ray 可以很容易的 penetrate，为什么？因为它的 wavelength 很小。它的 wavelength 小过那个 metal plate 里面的 particle 的 gap，所以这个是 metal plate。And then particle 跟 particle， 如果你 zoom in 哦，你看到 particle 跟 particle 是有一点点的 gap，它的 wavelength 小过那个 gap，所以它还可以过，所以你 block 不到它。OK， 你 block 不到它，唯一就是你用很 dense 的 material lead，所以它的 particle pack 到那个 gap 很小很小，even 你用 lead 你都是 block 不完，你的100% 的 radiation maybe still there is 10% can go through. You can only block 90%. Right. So there are your three radiations, three ionizing radiations. Okay, take a minute, take down this one. Then OK，来，a bit more。OK，继续啊，从这边 radioactive decay。所以刚刚我们讲，如果你有 unstable 的 element，它就会 decay，它会 give out alpha、beta、gamma, and you know the property of each over here already. So we're going to look at each one of the decay. So let's start with the alpha decay. So example, let's say radioactive element uranium 23892. It's a radioactive element. It's unstable. It can decay and give out alpha. So how do you write the equation of alpha? Alpha symbol, 你要记得 He42. So I give out 1 alpha, He42. It becomes 1. Plus, 当它 decay，它会变成一个新的 element，因为你的 proton number change 92. Now you minus 2, this one element got 90. 238, you minus 4, so 4 come out. Now you have 2, 3, 4. So this element, whatever element is this, you are not required to memorize because okay, it's not in the syllabus. We don't need to memorize. It's actually thorium. You just need to know how to balance the equation. Okay, how to write the alpha decay equation and how to balance it. Just make sure here and here same as this one. Here and here same as this one. So just need the alpha equation. Okay. General notation. Element X, any element, nuclear number, proton number, decay alpha 变成新的一个 element Y，A will minus 4，Z will minus 2. This is your general notation of alpha. Yeah, so next time when you see there is an equation, you need to be able to identify straight away, okay, what type of decay is this? When you see this, then you know it is alpha decay. Okay? You know this element is alpha. Okay, second one, beta. Now, beta decay, this is what happens in beta decay. Huh? Alpha decay pretty straightforward, right? Just emit one alpha. Beta decay, okay, beta decay, remember we said if the number of proton is the same as the number of neutron, let's say thorium 23有11个 proton 12个 neutron， 它的 ratio 是差不多1:1，它是 stable 的。如果你 compare 跟 sodium 24是11个 proton， 你有 2 extra neutron，2 extra is too many already in the nuclear scale, so it becomes unstable. Okay, so it becomes unstable. So what happens is that this sodium 24 will undergo beta decay. So beta decay faster when you have too many neutrons. Okay? When you have too many neutrons, beta decay will happen. First, it has to be unstable. Unstable. How does it become unstable? When one has more than the other, right? So here you got 2 extra neutrons, so it becomes unstable. 2 extra neutrons makes it unstable. It will undergo beta decay. So what happens in beta decay is this one. 如果你有 too many neutron, then 你的 neutron, one neutron will break down into one proton, and this one you have to memorize, you have to remember this, and one electron. So basically, what happens inside the nucleus? Inside the nucleus, one of this 一个 neutron 的 symbol 是什么 ？neutron 它是不是 nucleon 呢？我的 nucleon number 是有包括 neutron 的嘛，对不对？所以我的 neutron number，sorry， 我的 nucleon number 是有1，因为 neutron 是 nucleon 来的嘛，它的 proton number 是0，因为 neutron 不是 proton 嘛，所以是0。This is the symbol。一个 neutron 会 break down into proton。proton 的 symbol 是11。proton 也是 nucleon，它也是 proton 嘛，所以它是1。plus 还有一个 electron，electron the balance equation 1这个是0哦，0 1这个一定是 -1。So this is what happens inside the nucleus. Okay, what happens inside nucleus? 这个 equation explain 你一个 neutron breakdown 去 proton 跟 neutron。当你的 nucleus 变去什么？你的 nucleus 现在变13，现在变12。OK，12，像你这个本来是11个 proton 嘛，你现在加了一个 extra 嘛，12个 proton。electron 呢？electron 在里面。OK，本来是这个11 proton 13 neutron，然后一个 breakdown 了，所以你剩下12 neutron，这边加了一个。为什么会加一个 proton？因为你这个变成 proton 跟 electron 嘛，这个两个在里面。这个是你的 beta decay。OK，这个 electron 从哪里来啊？从这个 breakdown 嘛，对不对？其中一个 neutron breakdown 出来的，然后它不会 stay 在 nucleus 里面哦，它会 emit 出来 at very high speed，very high speed。所以这个就是你的 beta particle 了。记得我讲 beta particle 是 fast moving electron 吗？它不是你的普通的 electron，在外面的 shell 不是那种 electron，它是从你的 nucleus 射出来的 electron，那个是 beta particle。如果我算总共的 nucleon number 是多少？nucleon 是 proton 加 neutron，这个是24，这个是 before decay，before decay。after decay，我的 nucleon number 是多少？总共 proton 加总共 neutron，you find that 12 plus 12, okay, this is the same also, 24. Before and after, nucleon is also 24. So now we make the final equation. 这个 equation 不是我的 decay equation 因为这个 equation 是 explain what happens inside the nucleus. It's not my decay equation. I need a decay equation. The decay equation is what is the element? Sodium, right? Sodium 25. Oh, sorry, 24. So sodium 24, 11 proton. Decay to give you beta particle plus 这个新的 okay, whatever it is, I call it X, Y first. What is the nucleon number of Y? 这个吗？是不是没有变它的 nucleon number？所以这个是还是一样24。然后这个 element 的 proton number 会加1因为你这个变12 before like this the proton sorry 本来是11，然后你现在变12 proton，所以你的 proton number 会加1。 可是你的 neutron number，你的 nucleon number 不会改变。24，把你的 proton 是加一，这个是什么来的？这个是 magnesium，OK，right？所以 general notation beta 的 equation 是，你可以写 x a z decay by beta 会变成 y a，然后 z 加一，这个是你的 key equation。S2 y is 1 plus 1. You know now the reason behind it. Okay? What's the reason behind it? Nucleon is the same, but proton plus 1. This is the reason behind it. This is what happens inside. 怎样分这个跟 alpha 啊？你一看到 nucleon number 不改变，那个就是 beta 了。你看到的 nucleon number 不改变。对，在 beta 你有两个 equation，一是你的 decay equation，二是你的breakdown equation。alpha 只有一个 equation 罢了。OK，最后一个这个最容易的了，gamma emission。gamma emission，gamma 它不是 particle 来的吗？所以如果 let's say 你有 sodium 24的 E，这个是 radioactive 嘛，unstable 的，let's say 它 decay gamma 加还是一样，没有改变，因为 gamma 它没有 neutron 没有 proton 嘛，它一出来它不会影响你的 proton 跟 neutron number 啊。只要它不影响你的 proton number，你的 proton number 是一样，你的 element 一定是一样，因为你的 proton number 是 define 你的 element 的。你看这个 proton number 11是 sodium，12就变成另外一个 element。哎，就是因为你的 proton number 变，才弄到你的 product 是跟这个不同 element，它是完全是另外一个 element，可是这个是一样。可能你讲什么不同？可能这边是本来说就是有100% 的 energy，现在因为 gamma 是 wave 来的嘛，gamma radiation 是 wave 是 energy 来的嘛，出来了，可能这个剩下 let's say 60% energy left。It is only energy that is not the same before. The rest everything is the same. Okay, let's begin. Then we try the seventh question. Okay, cover my half-life, huh? Okay, so half-life, then we'll write it here. Okay. Time taken for the quantity of radioactive substance to decrease to half of the initial value. Okay, a few things I want to clarify here. Quantity, 3个，当他讲 quantity，它可以是 mass of a sample，它可以是 number of radioactive particles，它也可以是 activity。OK， 什么意思？那 let's say 我拿一个 example，sodium 24，OK， 这个是 unstable。Let's say 它还没有开始 decay， 我走去量它的 quantity， 我走去量它的 mass。And then I got the mass to be 100 gram. And then I go and measure the number of sodium 24 particles. Then I found, okay, 6 times 10 of 23 particles. Then again, I go and measure the activity. What is activity? Activity is how many emission in 1 minute. Sometimes it's 1 second. It's emission per minute. One emission 就是 one decay 啦，one decay. 如果我 emit 一个 alpha, that is one emission. So you take a radioactive sample, then you take a device that detects the emission. Every time it emits one radiation, the device will calculate 1 time. In 1 minute, how many emissions? The device can calculate. So how active is the sample? 100算是很高了 very radioactive. 100. Usually, this is considered dangerous. Object in your surrounding like 泥土、石头、香蕉都是会有 emission per minute, but not that high. Maybe 4 or 3 emission per minute. Sometimes even 0 emissions. But rocks, soil, all these are also radioactive. They are also radioactive, just that it's not dangerous. It's not too many, too much. The dosage is not too much. Okay, it's a very low activity. So if you're talking about 100, 200, 1,000, that's very high already. You can affect your cell, your health. Okay, so let's say we start with this one. 这种全部是我 measure 嘛，对吗？这种全部是 initial value. Initial value, initial quantity. So when I say quantity, it represents these 3. Okay, these 3. Then, after I make the measurement, I put it on the table. So this is sodium 24, unstable. I put it here. Then I just let it do its thing. Then, after a certain period of time t, I go back and measure again. Then I found the mass become 50 grams. 不只是 mass become 50 grams, 我再去量 number of sodium 24 atom. This one become 3 times 3 times 10 power 23. 那这个我是在量那个 sodium 24 atom， 因为当它 decay 的时候是它的那个 sodium 会 turn into something else, right? Turn into magnesium. So I'm not measuring the magnesium atom here. I'm measuring the amount of sodium 24 left in the sample. So this is the amount left to decay is 3 times 10 power 22. So I notice that 不只是 mass 我的 number of particle 也是根据 half， 不只是那个两个，这个 activity 也是根据 half. So 50 emission per minute. This is after a certain period of time t. Then again, after the same period of time t, I go back and measure Now I find my mass will become again half of this one. 100, 50, half of that, and then half of this one, 25. Number of radioactive sodium 24 atom, half of this one, 1.5. Activity, again, become half of that, 25 emission per minute. This time is the same period of time. I find it 8 hours. This is 8 hours. So I say this is my half-life. What is half-life? Half-life 首先它是时间来的 it is time. Okay, 8 hours. It is time for the object, the sample, to become half of its previous value, which is 8 hours. Huh? So this is one half-life. This is two half-lives. After, you can say after the sodium 25 has gone through two half-lives, 它的 mass 剩下25 gram. Okay, any radioactive substance. Any radioactive substance. So if we'll keep plot this one, I plot it in a graph. Usually in this part, you'll get graph quantity against time in hour. Okay? Quantity 那 quantity 可以3种方式，所以有时候你的 graph 可以看到的是sodium atom， 有时候你可以看到的是 mass， 有时候你可以看到的是 activity. Okay, let me do, let's say, the number of atoms. Okay, so we start with initial number of atoms and not how many? 6 times 10 power 23. After one half-life, 这个是 time 0. 8 hours, 8 hours here. This one become and not divided by 2. So after 8 hours, then again 16 hours. From here become half again. So n not over 2, 你再除2 benji and not 除4。所以这个是这边。Then one more 24 hours and not 除4，再 half of that. This is n not divided by 8. Now it becomes very, very less. So here I join my curve. This is your decay curve. Okay, this is your decay curve. Every decay curve gives you the same shape. It's always exponential decrease. 一来的 drop 是 steep 的，一来的 drop decrease 是最快的。Then the rate 会慢慢 slow. Exponential decay is meaning like this. All radioactive decay, you follow this curve. Okay, so question, 它给你一个 graph， 它叫你找它的 half-life. How do you find half-life? You just look when the quantity become half. Where is it? Okay, this time, that is the half-life. When the quantity become half, whatever the time is the half-life. 所以你看这个 sodium 24小时一天 by the end of the day 它的 quantity 是这样少，它的 activity 一来是100 per minute， by the end of the day 除8，所以这个比较这个边距很小的。So at the end of the day, the activity of the sodium become very small. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? The half-life. Short half-life or the long half-life? Short half-life 好还是 long half-life 好？ Short half-life 好像这个8 hours。如果 long half-life， 如果我讲10 years， you compare 10 years with 8 hours. What's the difference? This one in one day, 你的 emission 边区很少 that is not enough to harm you already. This one 10 years. 10 years, it takes 10 years only reduced by half. It got another 10 years to go, another 10 years to go. So there's a lot of radiation that can release. So this is more harmful. to you lah. Okay, that is also the reason why when you put the nuclear bomb, then the place become you put it to for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You cannot stay there. You have to abandon the place. You have to abandon the place. 为什么？因为那个整个 area 就 polluted with uranium, which is half-life of 10 years or maybe more than that. 所以你要等100年吧，几百年，你才可以它的 activity 才减少到 safe 的一个 limit 啊。Okay 啊 so that's the short one on whether short half-life or long half-life. Okay, what else? Now, in this part is mainly calculation lah. Okay, so the examples is all here. We will try out the exercise here. I'll show you one example how to calculate, and then you do the rest. Okay, now 大家看第一题 radioisotope, so radioactive 的 isotope 啊 unstable, has half-life of 8 hours. So T half will be 8 hours. Initially, there was 3.6乘18 radioisotope atom, 所以它的 quantity 是 number of atom 啊，所以我们从3.6乘18开始。How much time is taken for the number of atom to fall to 4.5? OK， 你的 calculation 你只是做 simple arrow diagram 就可以了，不需要用什么 formula。So from here, you just do arrow diagram. You draw one arrow. What is the next after one half-life? After 一个 half-life, 你除二3.6 you start with 3.6. So 1.8 times 10 power of 18. You do another one, you keep doing that until you get the one they want. Another half-life, 0.9 乘18 OK， 这个我也是可以写成9乘10 power 17。OK， 9乘10 power 17。And then again 4.5， 我们4.5乘10 power 17。Another half-life. 所以到4.5就是它要了，我们在那边停 ，then 你就算了，有多少个 half-life 了？1个、2个、3个 half-life， 3 1 half 等于